I've been hiding alone for 27 days in the top floor of an abandoned apartment. The city below is full of infected people. They walk slowly during the day, but at night they become fast, violent, and sensitive to sound. I survived by following strict rules. Never open the door. Never make noise after sunset. Never look outside too long. Every night, I hear infected people scratching the walls, dragging their feet in the hallway, and whispering names. The city is still moving, but no one is alive down there. They walk under the streetlights, like they're waiting for something. I thought this room was keeping me safe, but I was wrong. One night, I heard knocking. The knocking has a pattern. 3 knocks, 2 knocks, 3 knocks. It happens every night at exactly to 17 a.m. At first, I think it is just the infected, but this is different. This is someone asking to be let in, or something pretending to be human. I became obsessed with it. I check the stairwell through the door and sees nothing. But the next morning, I find bloody handprints outside my room. The handprints are inside the hallway. I searches the building during daylight, finding signs that another survivor may be inside. I find fresh candle wax, empty food cans, a child's drawing, a message written on the wall. I think another survivor is hiding from me, but as I check the rooms, I find infected people locked inside apartments. They do not attack me. Immediately, they only stare at me. Some of them point toward my room. That's when I realized something. They were not looking at me like food. They were looking at me like I had brought something with me. Like I was standing beside a monster I could not see. I discovered that some infected are evolving. Normal zombies are loud, aggressive, and mindless. But the new infected are silent. They can wait. They can sense. They can copy human behavior. They are called the quiet ones. They learn and study them first. They do not chase people immediately. They knock and breathe like people. And one of them is inside my building, one of the worst infected. Then they reminded you that safety was only a story you told yourself. I finally finds a hidden room in the building. Inside, I sees old recordings, food supplies, and a wall filled with photos of me. Someone has been watching me since day one. Then I finds a mirror covered with cloth. When I removes it, I sees bite marks on my own shoulder. Then, I remember the truth. I was infected days ago. The reason I isolated myself was not only to stay away from zombies. I isolated myself because deep inside, I knew I might become one. But the infection in me is different. I'm becoming one of the quiet ones. I thought I was the last survivor, but maybe I was only the last one pretending. The door was not locked to keep them out. It was locked to keep me in. Night falls. The infected surround the building. I hear thousands of them outside. The quiet one inside the building starts moving. The infected outside are not trying to enter. They are trying to stop me from leaving, because if I escapes, the quiet infection spreads. Stay isolated and die alone, or escape and risk turning into something worse than the zombies outside. I escapes the building at sunrise. I walks through the empty city. The infected do not attack me anymore. They move aside. I smiles slightly. Then I knocks on the door of another survivor. 3 knocks, 2 knocks, 3 knocks. I finally understood why they were afraid of me. I was not hiding from the infected. The infected were hiding from what I was becoming. I survived 27 days by never opening the door. And now I know how to knock. But Last night, something knocked from inside my room. Who is knocking? Is someone else alive? What are the quiet ones? Why are the zombies pointing at my room? Why are the zombies afraid of me? Am I safe or infected? I walks through the empty city. Zombies stare from alleys, windows, buses, and rooftops. None of them attack. Some even back away. For 27 days, I thought, the infected were trying to get inside my room. Now I understood the truth. They were trying to keep me there. The loud ones still hunted anything that breathed. But around me, they became still, like animals, sensing a storm. I kept walking, but every step felt wrong. The city was not empty. It was hiding from me. I sees a small light inside a convenience store. A young girl is hiding behind shelves. She looks terrified. She holds a metal pipe and a backpack. For the first time in weeks, I saw someone who was not infected. She looked at me the way I used to look at them, afraid. I wanted to help her. I wanted to prove I was still human. But when I reached for the glass door, my hand moved by itself. 3 knocks. 2 knocks. 3 knocks. That sound. The same sound I heard every night. The same sound that came from inside my building. It was never someone trying to enter. It was me. I pulls my hand away and runs. Not from the dead. From my own hand. From my own body. From the thing inside me that knew how to find survivors. The quiet infection did not make monsters loud. It made them patient. It made them gentle enough to be trusted. It made them knock before entering. That was how it spread. I finds an old emergency map. A red mark shows a broadcast tower outside the city. Posters on walls show evacuation zones and infection warnings. There was one place left, the emergency broadcast tower. Before the city fell, every warning came from there. If the infection had an origin, it would be there. And if there was a way to end this, I had to find it before I knocked on another door. I walked through a highway full of abandoned vehicles. At sunset, they become faster and more aggressive. The sun was going down. That was when the loud ones changed. During the day, they wandered. At night, they remembered hunger. The first scream came from behind me. The city woke up, and for the first time since I left the room, they just me. Not because they wanted to kill me, but because they wanted to stop me. I hid in the train tunnel. Bad idea. The dark belonged to them. I heard feet above me, hands against metal, teeth against glass. Then, I've seen it. A quiet one, standing at the end of the tunnel. It looked almost human. Clean, seared, straight posture, calm face. That was what made it terrifying. The loud ones looked dead. The quiet ones looked like survivors. At the tower, I found the truth. The outbreak did not begin in the streets. It began at 2:17 a.m. They were testing a sound frequency meant to control infected behavior. It worked. For 1 minute, then the infected stopped screaming, stopped running, stopped acting dead. They learned patterns. They learned doors. They learned faces. They learned how to wait. That was the birth of the quiet ones. Career type que that was me. The final stage. A quiet one who still believed he was human. The infected were afraid of me because I could do what they could not. I could reach the living. I could make them open the door. And once they did, the city would begin again. The same frequency that created them could call them back. Not cure them, not save them, only gather them. Every infected body in the city heard it. Every loud one, every quiet one, everything waiting behind a door. They all came for me, and I finally understood why I survived this long. Not to escape, but to end the path. I locked every gate, broke every switch, cut every exit. The tower became my last room. Only this time I was not hiding from the infected. I was holding them here. The loud ones screamed below. The quiet ones climbed without a sound. And inside my chest, something answered them. It wanted me to open the door. It wanted me to knock. It wanted me to become the thing that survived. But surviving is not always living. I used to think isolation saved me. But isolation only gave the infection a place to grow. It fed on silence, on fear, on every door we closed because we thought the world outside was worse than being alone. Maybe I had been gone since the first knock, but in the end, I still had one choice. I could become the last monster, or I could become the last wall. So I stayed. I held the tower. I held a city. And when the sun touched the glass, I let the silence burn.
Days later, the city is quiet. No infected in the streets. The young girl from the convenience store walks outside. She finds Ren's recorder near the tower ruins. She presses play.
If you found this, then the city's yours. Do not live behind one door forever. Do not let fear teach you that being alone is the same as being safe. Check on the quiet ones. Remember the missing. And if someday, deep in the night, you hear 3 knocks, then 2, then 3, do not open the door. Run, because it means one of us survived.